So I have come out to my bench by the river, even though the greenbelt's closed. I came out here anyway, and on the off chance that my bench was not too flooded, and it's not, I can still sit here. And I came out today, trying to get good light, to talk about some things that might be kind of hard to talk about. Certainly things that I want privacy to talk about. First thing I want to talk about is some of the fear purging that I've been doing is insecurity about my body. Because of course I did not expect that I would be offering it up to Russell Brand. Hi, Russie. I did not expect to be put up against all of the most perfect Barbie bodies in the world as I claim my pleasure toy. But of course, that's the whole point, is to teach you, Russell, and the world that sex isn't about having the perfect body parts to rub together to create perfect friction. It's just not about that. I can actually make myself come without touching myself. So sex is absolutely in the mind, and it's in the soul. It's sorry, I'm just trying to get good light. It's Shannon went off and fucked Leslie and probably went to clubs and bars and went on dates with her and all the stuff that we never got to do, because we never got to go on dates. We never got to do anything fun. All we ever did was suffer and take care of Ivy. That was it. No date nights, no fun. And so she's like, well, I want to go have fun. So she went and had fun with the devil. And she learned that it's not about what you're doing, it's about who you're with. And of course, Russie, I'm going to teach you the same thing. Yeah, I have a game for us to play, and I'm going to tell you about it after I talk about this other stuff. And so that's why I seem mischievous. It's because I have a game for us to play. But first, let's talk about the hard stuff. Yeah, so I'm trying to get ready to expose this body to someone that, has seen the most conventionally beautiful bodies in the world. Fucked them all. Practically. Probably. Most of them. Certainly set some records in that department. And again, yeah, the point is that it's not about having a perfect plasticine Barbie body. It's about what's inside. It's about the soul, and it's about the mind, and it's about the heart. And so, Russell, you're going to teach me about fucking, because I've only fucked 2 people in my life. Yes, at the same time. Some of the time. Still, only 2 people. Dave was my high school sweetheart, and then I married him and was with him for something like 13 years, and then I met Shannon. And when I met her, I invited her into our relationship, and we became a threesome. And so then we were a threesome for about 3 years. 1 year long distance and a couple of years living in San Diego together as a family. And then I got the call to go to Mount Shasta, and Dave, we should call him Dave because that's what I always called him. And he doesn't like being called Dave now because, he's turned into something else. So he doesn't like when I call him Dave. Not that I've even spoken to him in like a year or something. But anyway, he's Dave. So of course the commercials are all about him. And then Dave elected not to, he did come with us to Mount Shasta, and then that's where we basically accomplished our separation. And so we lived together there for 7 or 8 months and accomplished our separation. And he moved away, and Shannon and I became a couple. And we took Ivy, and Dave took Chaz. That was best for the children, and I'm not going to talk about that right now. So, yeah, my actual sexual experience is limited-ish. But I've always been very experimental, and so I, have tried some things, but only with 2 partners, and so as far as my sexual experience, it's limited, but my sexual imagination is not limited, and of course I'm the creator. So I can access the files on how to use these bodies to their maximum advantage. But I haven't actually done a lot of it. And now that I'm a new personality, because what I realized was that Satina is the core personality that was born into this body. And as an infant, I realized that my life was far too traumatic and dangerous, and I dissociated in order to stay alive. Weird hair going on. What's with the hair? The wind's kind of blowing it. I dissociated to stay alive, and created a new aspect to handle the trauma of my life, to hold the pain and to handle the trauma. Now that's bad light. And sorry. And so that personality basically was Tina, the piece that I created, the piece of me that I created that the world could handle. I fractured into a tiny little thing that they could handle, and then I acted like a human. And I lived a, pathetic, horrible, miserable, sick human life, just like all of you. And so that personality was the one that lived my life. And then, so that was the Satina that people knew, the people that did call me Satina, and the people in my family who called me Tina. That was the person they knew. And she experienced my life. And she experienced Shannon. And then she was killed by Shannon and Leslie and my mother on that day. And I was reborn. So I'm really just an infant that was reborn with all of Tina's awarenesses. I know everything she knew. Everything. I have access to all of it. I have access to everything she knew about her life and everything that God, has told her since, my awakening when Talia came in March 20th, 2014. But I'm a very young person. I'm like a 2-year-old. I'm like a 2-year-old. And I haven't had sex. I don't remember what it was like to have sex, except in very vague flashes of memory that are sort of like watching a movie. When I retrieve awarenesses of things that have happened to this body, I am looking out through these eyes as I'm remembering the incident. So I'm inside the body, but I have no feelings about it, and I wasn't there. It's not personal to me. I'm just watching it happen outside through my eyes. And that's if I'm not being called upon to process, feelings around it. And I'm not anymore. So far, I think we've pretty much taken care of it all. And I had a test today, actually, because I was in a store and Coldplay's Yellow played. And that was a song that Shannon dedicated to me. And, it used to just fucking destroy me to hear that song. And I haven't heard it in months. And so to hear it was, it was absolutely a test. And I felt nothing. And so it was fucking awesome. I was just sitting there in the store because it came on. And, at first I was like, it's yellow. That's yellow. That's the awareness. Because I have the knowledge and awareness of all of their songs, all of their triggers, all of their little special whatevers, all of their MK moments, everything. I remember it all. I know it all. So I know when one of their songs comes on. And I know why it was their song. I know what it meant to them. At least I know what I thought it meant to Shannon, and I certainly know what it meant to Satina. I hate calling her Satina because I'm Satina. I'm the real Satina that was born into this body and then never got to live in it. And she lived in it and took the pain. She was a pain receptacle. That's what she did. She took the pain. And so I don't like calling her Satina, and yet that's what most people did call her, except for her family and you know, my ex-husband. So I would like to call her Tina, even though, you know, Shannon never called her Tina. And my friends and things like that never called me Tina. My clients certainly never called me Tina. You know, that's just a family thing. But, and I was much more Satina with clients and with Shannon than with anybody else. But I still wasn't, you know, Satina, King Satina. So I haven't had sex. So I'm a little nervous about that. And I'm not here to teach you how to fuck, Russie. I think you figured that one out on your own. I'm not here to teach you how to fuck. I'm sure you're going to teach me how to fuck. You're going to teach Shannon how to fuck. You're going to teach the world how to fuck. Oh my God. Okay, yeah, I didn't want to say that. Forgetting Sarah Marshall. I bought that video, you know, that movie last year when I bought Get Him to the Greek. And then I saw what it was about. A guy whose girlfriend dumps him, and so he goes to Hawaii to forget her and finds her fucking Russell Brand and Aldous Snow. And so I was like, well, I don't need to see that, because of course I was the jilted boyfriend at the time. And then about a week ago, Talia said, hey, why don't you watch that movie? So I took it out and checked it out and realized that, and I wrote this in the tweets, that I've switched places. And I now get to be the girlfriend that's fucking the tragically hip rock star. I also get to be the jilted boyfriend who ends up with the preternaturally pretty girl to replace the girl that he lost. So, I mean, the whole fucking movie is for me. Every fucking bit of that movie is God making love to me. God is making love to me through that movie while I'm making love to you through this body, Russell. So God's getting us, you know, both ready for this. And so that movie is just a gift from front to back. Even the previews, everything on that DVD is a gift. Oh my God, and of course the bonus features. That's where you sing Inside of You. And it just loops. When you put it on the bonus features, it just loops you singing that song. So I can just play it constantly while I'm reading my journal or writing in my journal or freaking out, dealing with fear and insecurity, whatever. But one of the things that you do in that is you teach a Christian how to have sex. Because it's a little Christian couple that just got married. You don't know what the fuck they're doing in bed. And you teach them. Oh my God, it was so fucking amazing. Because you tell them God's in you, you know. You are God. God's supposed to be present in the bedroom. I mean, the whole fucking movie is just, it's God. It's God made visible. And I'm watching it every single day, at least once a day. And if you want to watch it with me, I will set a date to watch it every night during this lockout, which I don't know how much longer it's going to be. But 10 o'clock every night, Mountain Time, I'll watch it. And if you want to watch it with me, you can. And that would be super cool. Shannon, you probably won't enjoy watching it at all. So, okay, so we're 14 minutes in, and I haven't even talked about the hardest stuff, which is my body. Because my body is not much of a sex toy. My body is a disguise that was created by pain and trauma, you know, to make me look like a broken human, and act like a broken human, and feel like a broken human, and break like a broken human. the things that have happened to this body would kill a typical human. It shouldn't even be alive. And so, even though obviously it has been restored to a very significant extent compared to what I used to look like before and how my body just used to function, and, you know, I was dying. I had cancer, liver failure. I was dying. And I was killing myself. And now I'm not. So I'm much better. But this body's wrecked. This is not a supermodel body, not even fucking close. It is an absolute wreck. And I'm going to be restoring it to perfect health and perfect youth when the time is right. You know, it certainly didn't serve me to do that here. In fact, in prison, it has served me to get fat and stay as dirty as possible and wear the most fucking ugly clothes. And, you know, I've been disguised as a broken piece of trash. So, I don't consider this my body. I consider it a disguise. And so, I'm not your toy, Russell. You're mine. So you're not going to get to play with this body in the way you may think that you are. You get to service this body. And this body, as I said, will be transforming and improving and becoming much more fun to play with. Because right now, most of it's not fun to play with. Most of it's not even fun to be in. I'm barely healthy enough to have sex. I'm barely healthy enough to get out of bed most days. I mean, you know, I lie paralytic for hours every day. I mean, you know, it's... So, some of the things... well, like, my ass is off limits, Russell. It's barely functioning for what it was made for. This physical body is being asked to do something no human body could ever do. It's taking on more light and power than any physical body has ever had on this planet. And as a result, it's a wreck. It's a work in progress. It's like a remodel. And especially the light that is burning its way from the inside of my body often causes me to break out in blisters, actual blisters. And especially in the areas of my body that don't get a lot of sun and light, I break out in blisters. And so my breasts and my ass are broken out with blisters and are not toys at all. So you don't get to play with my boobies, Russell. And my boobies aren't anything like the boobies you played with anyway. My boobies used to be like 44G, really kind of massively, ridiculously big. Proportionally big even for an overweight woman. Because at one point I was big. The biggest size I think I ever got to was 24, and that was on top, because again, on top I was 2 sizes bigger than on the bottom. So I was 24 on the top and like 20 or something on the bottom. And yeah, so 24 shirt and like a 20 in jeans or something. And I got down to a size 6'8" in jeans and a size medium to large in top. So when I got here, I was a size 6'8" on the bottom and a size medium large on top. And since then I've gained 2 sizes, so I'm now a size 12 on the bottom and like a large, extra large on the top. And then I'm covered with scars and stretch marks from all the weight loss. And when I had my kids, excuse me, wow, did I get the stretch marks. It looks like I had been attacked by a mountain lion when I was pregnant. I just had them all over my abdomen, and so they're still there. They don't go away. So I have terrible stretch marks, and I had a cesarean with Chaz, an emergency cesarean, but I mean, it wasn't like an up and down. It was still across the bikini line, but so it's my bikini line is a wreck. And I don't have any feeling in my abdomen, my belly. It's numb. They cut through the nerves. I don't know what the fuck ever. So it's just a bunch of loose, stretch mark covered skin, which doesn't feel. And so I never allowed Shannon to play with it. She wasn't allowed to touch my stomach for the most part. And you won't be either until it's healed, Russell. And you're just going to have to deal with that. because I'm going to be setting some extremely strict boundaries for using this body, for accessing this body, because there are parameters, because there have always been and will always be parameters, even when I have the perfectly restored body that is in my future. Everyone will have limited access to it. So this body is not anything like you're used to fucking, and I have to get over that. I have to be okay with that. I have to be okay with the fact that this is the body that God wants to give you as a woman. It's not the body I would want to give you as a woman, but this is the body God wants to give you as a woman. And I don't shave it. I don't shave my legs or my armpits. I don't think hair on a woman's legs looks sexy, but I don't care. I do think armpit hair is sexy on a woman, though. And I've noticed that I think I have more armpit hair than you do, Russell. So, I don't know, that doesn't bother me, whatever. But yeah, I am just not gonna look like a porn star. And I'm gonna show you, again, I'm gonna show you that good sex isn't about the physical vehicle, having the exact right correct proportions and the smooth plasticine hairless skin. I mean, I look at, because I'm watching Forgetting Sarah Marshall, and there are two, extremely beautiful women, girls, they're so young, in that movie that you, I know you wanted to fuck the one that the, Mila, I think that's her real name. You wanted to fuck her, but she was seeing Macaulay Culkin at the time, so you didn't get to do that. And I heard you talk about it, and you were like, how long can I chat up a girl and then walk away when I find out she's got a boyfriend? And that illustrates how you've been seeing women. They're conquests. They're pussies to fuck. What will that one be like? What will that one be like? What will that one be like? And then what? I guess you just didn't see anything else there that you really wanted to get to know. Just the pussy. And the boobs, ass, the good parts. And then it's like, well, if I can't have those, there's nothing else there I want. And of course, that's not going to be the case with me. That's the wickedly amazing thing about our relationship is the lighting is bad again. Moves around. That's pretty good, I think. We're best friends. We're eternal best friends that share the same mind. So, we're gonna fuck better than any two people, and we're gonna talk better than any two people. So when you are dealing with that whole refractory period that men have with their penises needing to take a break between fucks, we can talk. We're gonna have the best conversations in the world. So, there's so much more inside of me than just a screw. So we're gonna talk and we're gonna fuck. And I can't even fucking imagine what that would be like. Dave and I were best friends. We didn't share the same mind, but we had a lot in common, and we could talk, absolutely, and we liked the same things, and we were the couple that nobody wanted to be around because we were so fucking happy and we loved each other so much and we were such good friends. And then with Shannon, we were also best friends. We did not have the same mind, but we did think the same on a lot of things. Or at least she acted like we did, and I don't really know, but we certainly had conversations. We fucked and we had conversations too. But, this is going to be phenomenal, Russell, because it'll be like, being able to talk to myself, but I don't want to fuck myself. I don't look at myself and go, well, okay, maybe I do look at myself and want to fuck myself sometimes, especially when I get all badass. But for the most part, I'm not my type. I like goddesses. And I like bottoms, I'm not so much into tops. So I don't want to fuck Mulder. I want to fuck Alex. And you're bottom, so I want to fuck you. But I also want to talk to you because you have my mind, you're fascinating, there's there's nobody on this earth I'd rather talk to. You know, I'm the most interesting person on the planet, obviously, with an unobstructed portal to the mind of God. So you're going to want to talk to me too. That's another thing that you said in Forgetting Sarah Marshall, was if you're going to be with a woman, why not do, you know, the most interesting thing you can do with a woman, which is fuck them. You know, why have a conversation? And, you know, God put that in there for us, because you're going to want all of it with me. And I just, oh God, it's so fucking hilarious. That whole fucking movie is just a gift. And it's a trigger. Oh, as I was saying about the girls, because as I'm watching, I'm having to deal with all kinds of things. You know, I'm getting triggered to think about all kinds of things. Having sex with you, showing my body, you know, comparing myself to these two women, you know, and I'm the guy, you know, the sort of average looking guy who ends up with the super, super, super pretty girlfriend. I mean, she's so pretty, she looks like a fucking alien. Sorry, Mila, but my God, you're pretty. You scare me. And then with, you know, all the makeup. I mean, I'm wearing makeup, but I don't wear fake eyelashes, or, you know, and I don't do the tarantula lashes. One coat of mascara is enough for me, thank you. This is, you know, hemp lipstick. I don't paint myself up, and I don't understand why someone like as beautiful as Mila would ever wear makeup, because then you just turn into something that doesn't even look human anymore, and I'm not attracted to it. Whoops, that's my tea. I did bring beverages this time. Yeah, I'm not attracted to the Jezebel look, and you were taught to be attracted to that Jezebel look, Russell. Oh, so yeah, at the end of We've Got to Do Something, this woman shows up in blue, a blonde woman in blue, very bossy. She has my eyes, so she may even be a Christ. I don't know who the fuck she is. But she's got this horrible, whorish polyester Jezebel dress and spike heels, and she's painted up with all this makeup, and, you know, she's not interested in saving the world, honey. She's there to distract you from finding me. Because if your dream is saving the world, then your dream girl is a hippie chick, not some painted up whore in spike heels. There is nothing about that woman that is environmentally friendly. And I don't understand your attraction to that look. I mean, I understand it in that you were programmed to seek that look. You were told that look will lead to your happiness, and it's what all men want. So if you can have it, grab it. And so, like the Kate Moss, everybody said, well, you know, Kate Moss is the pinnacle. Fucking her is it, you know. When you fuck her, you've made it. So you're like, well, I get to fuck her. And I noticed you don't tell us anything about the sex at all. And I don't think it's because you were a gentleman that didn't want to kiss and tell. I think it was probably really unremarkable. Again, not again, but I'm not attracted to very thin bodies. When I first met Shannon, she was very thin, ballet dancer, Pilates instructor, and she was really thin. And I loved her, and I was very attracted to her, and so that didn't matter, but it wasn't what I wanted. And so when I would embrace her, you know, it was like, it was angular, it was bony, it was like bone and muscle, and there was no cushion there. And I had to have it when she would drive, because she loves to drive, and I don't really enjoy driving. And so she would drive, and I would put my hand on her thigh while she drove. And it was muscle and bone, you know, it was hard. There was nothing soft there to hold on to. It still was pleasant for me because it was her, and it was her energy, and I loved her, and, you know. But it's not what I want to put my hands on. I want a layer of fat, honestly. I don't want angles and bones and hardness. And, you know, I think about having a dick and sticking it into a pelvis that's that thin, and you know, it seems like it just wouldn't be as comfortable as sticking it into one that had some cushion on it. But I can't say that for sure. So what the fuck ever. You know, if you like skinny chicks, that's good. That some women are skinny and they need somebody that likes skinny chicks. And if you like fat chicks, that's cool because some are fat. My natural size, I have learned, is not fat. I'm naturally thin, just like I was as a child. I was very thin. And I am naturally a very little, thin woman. I'm going to be like a size 6, 8. And, you know, I have small bone structure. You know, I'm not big. And even this size 12 body doesn't feel natural to me anymore. It's not my body. And it's very loose, puffy, weird weight. It's not solid weight. My body is weird. It's just real fucking weird. And so, you know, it's odd. And so, not scary. Well, scary, I guess that's a good enough word. To think about, you know, giving it to someone that I've never met before who has fucked the Barbie bodies of the world. So there will be limits on how much of it I give you. And you're not going to be able to just explore my body. I'm sure that you'd like to do that just because it's God's body. It's like, oh my God, I get to explore God's body. I want to see every inch of it. What's it like? Well, you don't get to do that. Because this isn't my body. It's a disguise. And it's going to be changing every minute. I mean, it is. It's always changing every minute. You've seen my pictures. They change all the fucking time, you know. I look like a different person. From day to day, I look like a different person. And I don't even know what I'm going to look like. So, yeah. I'm getting ready to offer you a body that is nothing like you've had. And isn't even... I don't even consider it my body. I consider it a disguise I'm moving in, a vehicle that I'm moving in to get the job done. I'm sure something's not crawling on my hand. I think it was just a hair. Yeah. So I'm dealing with that, and I feel better having gotten it all out there in the open, that you're not going to be doing ass play and you're not going to be doing tit play. You're just going to get my pussy, and you're just going to have to be content with that. Russell, you're going to have to be content with fucking God's pussy. So you are now gearing up to fuck Jesus, to fuck God. And I don't know what's going through your head as far as that's concerned. I'll tell you that the experience of fucking me is energetic, obviously. I can make you feel me without touching you. And I used to fuck Shannon like that all the time. I mostly... There's people up on the trail. Whatever. I mostly didn't fuck Shannon with a dildo strap on. So I'm not accomplished at doing that, Russell. So I'm going to have to practice. We're going to have to practice. And I'm going to have to be a little virgin learning how to fuck your ass. And we're not going to do that right away. But we'll do it. But I mostly fucked her etherically. And she liked it that way, because I can make you feel it without touching you. And so what you're touching is not as important as what's inside what you're touching. And I'm going to teach you that. I think I have about 10 minutes before my time runs out on this phone to talk about another hard subject, or at least... Well, it's not hard for me, but it may be hard for you, Shan, or it may make you feel better. I don't know. What the fuck ever. I cannot make any decisions based on how you're going to feel about anything. I just have to say what is mine to say and do what's mine to do. So God has been making me aware of His plan for getting us back together, Shannon. When I get my own place and move out of Anthony and Elizabeth's home, then you... Okay, switching to the other phone. Alright. So, I'm going to talk about the situation with us again. Shannon, where the fuck's my camera? There it is. Alright, so yeah, this is the plan to get us back together. When I move into my own place and move out of Anthony and Elizabeth's home, then you and Ivy will move into it and become members of their family. And you will be hired on as Ivy's caregiver. And I will relate to you as Mulder, and you will relate to me as Krychek. And your job will be to take care of the hybrid. And then you will also get involved in the church or churches doing whatever it is that your soul is here to do. Like I said, you'll probably be choreographing and shit like that, whatever. And you will demonstrate who the fuck you are, because I don't know who the fuck you are. And so you'll demonstrate it, just like Dead Alive, our Dead Alive roleplay, when Krychek demonstrates to Mulder who he has become, so that Mulder falls in love with him and says, okay, yeah, I want you, you're going to do that. You're going to demonstrate who you've become. And you're going to have to be good enough to be invited into the marriage bed of me and Russell Brand. My eternal... bugs. Bugs in my hair. My eternal best friend. Right-hand man. The hero that saved me from the cross. And whose body is designed to respond to mine just like the goddess. He's designed to respond to my touch more enthusiastically than any other body on the earth, besides maybe yours. And then we share the same mind, so I always know what is going to make him feel the best. And so anyway, you know, I'm not breaking up with him. My glasses. You're going to have to be invited into that bed. God says you can do it. So, wow, whatever. And you will live there, and I will live, oh God, nature. I will live in the main house. And Russell and I will share the master bedroom when he comes. And I will have a very large bed, the biggest king bed I can find, so that it's ready, because this is our destiny. This is our destiny. I don't know who you are, and I'm not attracted to you in the least, but this is our destiny, and we're going to be sharing that bed. So that's the plan for getting us back together. And yeah. So yeah. So now I'm going to talk to you, Russie. And I am going to tell you what your parameters are and what is involved in being my love toy. Because there are rules. Get some lighting here. We're losing the lighting. And maybe I'll move and get some standing up pictures and move around a little bit. I would like to do that. Maybe get the river. It's going to look like I'm falling into the river and I'm spinning around. This is not really working out. Alright, this is pretty good. Alright. And these are the same rules that Shannon had. And these are permanent rules. This isn't because my body is wrecked or whatever. This is just because you don't have unrestricted access to my body. No one does. No one ever will. Let's get some good light so you can actually fucking see me. Alright. First of all, you will never touch me without permission unless you're trying to get my attention, and you need to touch me in order to get my attention. You know, you need to tap me on the shoulder or touch me or something like that to get my attention. Otherwise, you will ask permission before you ever touch me. And you will ask permission, that includes kissing. You know, you can't just kiss me. You will ask permission to kiss me. If I purse my lips, that means I want you to kiss me closed-mouthed. So every time I purse my lips at you, you are to kiss me closed-mouthed. Like this. If I kiss you and I insert my tongue, then you are allowed to kiss me back, but you are to keep it gentle, and you are not to take over the kiss unless I give you permission. And then if I say, take the kiss, then you can rape my mouth. And of course, if I just tell you to kiss me, then you can kiss me as, you know, you can rape my mouth or kiss me gently or whatever. You can choose to kiss me any way that you want to if I say, kiss me. And if I give you permission during a play scene and I say, you can kiss me, that means you can kiss me any way that you want to for the duration of the play scene. Unless I stop you in the middle of it, because of course I always have that prerogative. I always have control over the entire play scene, no matter what I've set up as the rules. I make all the rules, all the time. So those are the rules as far as kissing. You are never to come again without permission. Even if I have given you permission to fuck me, or to get off against my leg, or to pleasure yourself while I'm watching, or anything else, you are not allowed to come until you have asked permission. And you're getting off from me now, so you have permission. You have permission to get off for me anytime you want, Russie. And you can just like take a snapshot and just put random smile images in your videos. You don't even have to tell people what they mean, and I'll know what they mean. Just take a picture of yourself after you come, then just flash these random images during your videos. I think that would be really fucking cool. So, yeah, I'm just trying to get a good view where the light's not going away and my hands are not in the way, because stupid. Alright, so when I'm playing with you, if you have a request, such as if you feel frustrated and you want to fuck me, or if I'm teasing you, or even if I'm just talking to you, if I'm trying to talk to you and all you can think about is fucking, then you should go ahead and ask me if you could fuck me, because I might let you. You just never know. And if that's all you can think about, then you're probably not good for anything until after we get that out of the way. And so I want to know that, you know. So just say, you know, and it's okay if you're not formal. If you just say, you have to wait, of course, until it's your turn to talk, or you have to say, you know, excuse me, milady. That's probably the way that I will have you interrupt me in the cases when I do allow you to interrupt me. Excuse me, milady. Can I fuck you? That's all I can think about right now. And I might let you. And I like being interrupted that way. You know, it's fun to have my train of thought interrupted that way. And because you're interrupting me and shocking me with the request, it'll probably turn me on enough that oftentimes I'll say, yeah, let's do it. Or I will say no, and then I will enjoy the fact that you're frustrated, and I will know that you're really not that good for anything else, and so I will just play with the fact that you're frustrated. And I won't be trying to teach you anything other than, you know, maybe how to deal with frustration or something like that. And that goes for anything else that you're wanting to do to me. Ask, you know. Ask and you just may receive. So it's not only just about me telling you what to do to me. If you want to do things to me, ask. And you might get to do it. I like to say no. I like to be asked. And I like to say no, and I like to say yes. So give it a shot. Let's see. Is there any other parameters that you need to know about? Well, we don't share the throne the way that I used to think we did. We don't squish up in it together side by side. I sit in it and you lay across my body naked. Mostly face up, but sometimes face down. So that's how we share the throne. And of course, we can only share the throne that way in private. But that's the way I like to work. Maybe watch things, ponder, because I like to play. And when I say that you're a love toy, what that means is that I like to experiment with different ways of making love physically visible. I like to experiment with different ways to show love physically, to make love physical. And so when you say, make love to me, what you're saying is make your love physical to me. Demonstrate your love in a physical way. So in Forgetting Sarah Marshall, when your blonde girl, Sarah, wakes you up in the middle of the night and says, make love to me, she doesn't want you to make love to her. And you don't make love to her. All you do is get hard and allow her to ride your dick. And that's not making love, you know? And I'm just wondering if you ever have made love. Did you make love to Katie? I'm sure you did, but I'm also pretty sure that you guys don't really know how to make love. You're both sex toys. So you both know how to fuck. And you both loved each other and love each other. But I'm just, you probably don't know how to make love. And certainly you've been trying to show affection, and you have wanted affection when you have been seeking sex.
but you haven't been getting affection. You've been getting friction of body parts rubbing together. And so you've experimented with every possible way you can rub body parts together, trying to figure out, well, when am I going to get that feeling that I just, that I'm satisfied, that I'm fulfilled? Sexual fulfillment. You know, that's why you're starved, because you're not eating. You're not getting fulfillment. You're getting orgasm. And what you're looking for is love. You are looking for that feeling of making love and feeling satisfied, making a connection with another soul through sharing your bodies with one another, and then feeling the glow afterwards, feeling satisfied afterwards, you know, feeling connected afterwards, feeling bonded afterwards. And instead, what you get is, or what you have gotten, is you're seeking love and affection, you get sex, and then it ends, and you get the rejection of knowing that all you were was a good lay for somebody. And it's over. And you haven't made a friend. You don't have a lover. You've just had sex. And I'm going to show you what making love is. And that you don't even have to fuck to make love. I mean, obviously, I can practically get off from rubbing your Adam's apple. You know, it's not about the right body parts. So I'm going to show you that it's not about the body, that it's about the mind and the soul and the heart. And yeah, so parameters, is that it? Oh, in public, the way that we will meet people in public, the way we will share the throne, is that we will get some sumptuous cushions to put on the floor at my feet. And I think you should kneel on those cushions, and you should wear your collar, and it should have a leash that is attached to the throne. And I think that's how I will meet people publicly who know who you are and who I am, and that will make it very clear what our relationship is. So I think that does it for parameters and just what is involved in being my love toy. Because yes, here's the thing, you've been a sex toy to the world. You've made yourself into a perfect sex toy. You're a cordless sex toy. You're a cordless tool. There's a commercial that runs sometimes that talks about a cordless tool, and it just makes me laugh, because that's about you, Rusty. You're the perfect cordless pleasure tool. But you haven't been a love toy. Poor baby. And you're my love toy. I'm not experimenting with sex with you. I'm experimenting with love. You know, you're going to teach me about sex, and I'm going to teach you about love. And I have this enormous amount of love just gushing through me, just pouring, blasting through me. And I need to pour it on somebody. And I know you understand that, because I know you're the same, and that's why you've pushed yourself on people, is you have all this affection you want to give them, as well as needing affection from them. And so you're like, let me love you, and love me. And so you understand that. And so I have all this love. Oh my fucking God, I have a lot of love coming through me. Nobody wants it. Nobody will receive it. Nobody will accept it. And so I'm dumping it on you. And in my mind, you know, you're my etheric love toy now. And I have never handled anyone in the etheric like I've handled you. It's unprecedented. And I need someone to pour this love on, with my hands, with my mouth, with my pussy, with my whole body, with my mind. I need to pour love on somebody. I need to pour my sugar on somebody. So I'm pouring it all over you, Russie, and that's what your job is to receive. Receive. That's what the goddess does. She receives God's love. And so that's what you do as my love toy. You receive my love. And I don't even know if you've really had any experience being the receiver. You're so strong-willed that it's like you force people to play with you rather than receiving them wanting to play with you. Even, you know, your dominatrix, and I'm sure you've hired other dominatrixes, and you know, you pay them, force them to play with your body. It's just ludicrous, because it's all I can think about. But it's, you know, it's not the same as when you've got somebody that really, really, really wants to play with your body because they love you and they want you to feel as good as possible, and to you know, I want your highest good. I love you. I want always to give you what will meet your highest good and bring you to your absolute highest possible potential, your highest possible outcome. As the Christ, that's all I can ever do, is bring about the highest possible outcome in any situation that I'm brought into. And so, when I love you, I'm bringing you to the highest possible potential you can reach. And when I touch you, I'm still doing that. I'm touching you in a way that shows you how much I love you, how much I appreciate your body and the beauty that I was given in this body, you know, that was created for me. I feel guilty because your body is just it's a toy. It's you know, it's ready to play with. And I wish mine was ready to play with, but it's not. Your body is ready to play with, and I want to appreciate that. And God is teaching me how to appreciate that. You know, He's telling me, look at what I became for you. And He points out, you know, how sexy He is. He points out all of your best features. You know, He's like, you know, look at my ass, you know, look at my hair, look what I gave you, look at my mouth, you know, look at that fat bottom lip. Isn't that beautiful? You know, He's always pointing out what He gave me in you. And I have hair in my face. I want to appreciate that. I want to love it and stroke it and kiss it and, you know, squeeze it and I want to, you know, scratch it and bite it and poke it and you know, shock it and drop hot wax onto it and all kinds of things. You know, beat it with whips and chains, or probably not beat it with chains, but restrain you, things like that. All kinds of things. We have the same mind, you know, Russie. We have the same mind. It's just too much fun to contemplate, really. And so I'm going to love you every way there is to love you. And, you know, you're going to teach me all the ways that 2 or 3 or more bodies, hopefully there's just going to be 3 in the bed. I don't know where Katie's going to end up, and I don't want to think about that right now, because I'm not attracted to Katie. I think of her, you know, I think of her more as a daughter. She seems so young. But we'll just have to see where that goes. I don't fucking know where that's going to go. I do know that I'm going to teach you how to be the perfect husband by being your perfect husband. You're going to be my wife. And I'm going to teach you how to be a husband. And I'm going to teach you how to take care of someone, because you don't know how to take care of someone, Russie. You don't know how to take care of yourself. So you certainly don't know how to take care of someone else. I'm going to teach you how to take care of Katie. And she's going to need a lot of taking care of where she's been. And I'm going to teach you how to do that. And I'm going to take care of her too. You know, she's going to be with us when it's time. So I'm going to teach you how to be the perfect husband. And so you're going to be a husband to her and a wife to me. And other than that, I'm not really sure how it's going to work out. And forgetting Sarah Marshall, you know, it's really funny because you also say at the end, well, maybe you could have both of them, you know, and it's like, that's God, you know, because I'm going to have both of them. I'm going to have you and Shannon. And God's going to help me choreograph that. And probably you are too, with all of your polyamorous experience. You can help me figure that out. But it's just going to be us for a while, because I don't even know Shannon. I'm not attracted to her. You know, I'm sure you're perfectly willing to let the goddess into our bed, but I'm not. So that's going to be in the future. What else? I think that's about it as far as being my love toy. We are going to be demonstrating our affection publicly. Not just in the tweets and in the videos, Not like, I hope we're not going to be having public sex. I fucking don't actually. No, I don't. Fuck. This purse sucks. Everything falls out of it. So everything just fell out of my purse. I will have to pick that up later. Shit, that's like all my change. Anyway, I just want you in my bed. I'm not attracted to anyone else. I don't want anyone else touching me, honestly. And you know, nobody has permission to touch me. Or nobody has permission to touch me without permission. I am not a touchy-feely person. I give hugs. You know, when I'm getting a hug from somebody, mostly I'm just giving because my energy is so much more powerful that I'm not receiving much of anything from you when I'm hugging you, just because I'm giving so much. So I feel myself giving. You know, in the Jesus movies, he talks about, I felt virtue go out of my body. I know someone touched me. Virtue, that's a weird word to use for it. It's energy, and I do feel when someone touches me and steals my energy. It's a tingling that happens, and it lets me know that someone has taken some of my energy. And so when people touch me, you're taking my energy, and I feel it. And if I'm giving you my energy, you know, that's awesome. I will give you my energy. But I don't appreciate it having taken. And so don't paw me, and don't kiss my feet, and don't grab me in hugs, and just don't do it. That's not my thing. So my love toys are not the only ones that have to ask permission to touch me, but they do, both of them. And Shannon always did. I mean, Shannon and I didn't really have sex. I think we had sex a couple of times. We had sex as Mulder and Krychek, or Mulder and Alex, because there was just a lot about Shannon that didn't work for me. You know, she was very much an artificial person a lot of the time, and I just wasn't as attracted to her as I was to Alex. And I also didn't feel as comfortable, as safe. You know, she didn't have the loyalty. She didn't believe she was a big person. We did not know we were twin flames, and so she did not know she was the goddess, and I did not know I was God. The fact that I was always the girly one, and that she was always the boyish one, we never would have guessed that I was God and she was goddess. I always would have thought she was God and I was goddess. Which is kind of funny, you know, given the fact that I do have extremely masculine energy, but I'm also very girly. And, you know, I as God, in a female body, I take full advantage of that. You know, I get to play with makeup, and I get to giggle, and I get to, you know, I get to do all the things girls are allowed to do, you know, and I like it. I like being a girl. Like I said, God asked me, you know, do you want a dick? And I was like, no, I don't want a dick. I want to be a girl this time. I like being a girl. And I don't wear dresses. I don't wear skirts. I don't think there's going to be any exceptions to that. I might wear sort of dresses over pants kind of thing. I might do something like that. But I wear pants. And, but you know, I like makeup, I like jewelry, you know, I talk like a girl, I act like a girl, I giggle like a girl, and I like to get pretty, and, Russie, I don't give head. What I do is I kiss, lick, bite, nibble, scrape, choke myself on, and otherwise play with your dick until I'm done. And then I let you get off some other way. Probably by fucking me, but maybe by getting off against my leg or pleasuring yourself while I watch. Those are the top 3 that are occurring to me right now. You mostly won't be getting off in my mouth. That's just not my thing. Like I said, I don't swallow.
Once in a while I may like the idea of getting you off in my mouth. I sort of remember doing that with Dave, and I kind of liked the feeling of power that it gave me. I sucked him off in a movie theater once. I think that was pretty cool. I think the guy sitting a couple chairs away from us thought it was pretty cool too. So, you know, you never know, but for the most part, no. I'm just going to do whatever I want to your dick until I'm done, and then I'll either let you get off some other way or I won't. And I may just enjoy the fact that I've left you wet and hard and frustrated. Sometimes that's my favorite thing to do. So I thought I would let you know that so that you can fantasize about the right things. I feel no shyness about doing anything on your body. So you can picture all kinds of things as far as that's concerned. You know, our first time together probably isn't going to be like that. Oh, I didn't get to tell you about the game, Russie. And I think I'm out of video space on here. So I don't think I can tell you about it.